I'm a pear-shaped rant.
You're fucking this up on every level. Barry, there's no salsa eggs without immigrants. Leave them the fuck alone.
Have you heard the good news?
He's like if you gave Jeff Sessions like a hit of cocaine.
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
I don't know. Is it kosher to cheers with grandma's teacups?
I'm not Jewish. I don't know.
That sounds right.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Let's cheers. These are Jen's, that
was the gentlest cheers
It really was.
ever.
Her passed on grandmother's teacups.
Full of green tea.
Yeah, that I got at Costco. I think it was $1 for like 100 bags.
That explains it.
So yeah, it's pretty weak.
It has the taste of capitalism.
Oppression. Mm-hmm. This is oppression green tea.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Sushi Jackknife, guys. Boy, what a fascinating week.
Yeah. It's been a week.
We'll get into how fascinating it was just as soon as I drink enough tea.
It's been an interesting week. I have a wife at home, as the people who have listened to this might know.
He also has a wife not at home.
Yeah, but the one that's at home is now going on.
He has a wife at sea. Sorry. He has a wife in the air.
She's now going on a full week at the house.
Oh boy.
With no work or anything.
Oh boy. So you feel footloose and fancy free right now, don't you, big boy?
I'm going to be happy if I get home and find out she hasn't burnt the house down. I just half expect to see her in the yard. House on fire and her fists in the air.
Going,
yeah.
Yes! Yes! And your son is...
You drove me to this, God! It's been unseasonably snowy here.
It has.
And the schools don't like that.
No, they don't. Unseasonably snowy for Nashville is snow at all. Mm-hmm. And it's also
this was actual snow.
It was pretty snowy.
It was a few inches.
It lasted a couple days. Yeah. It was shitty snow. It wouldn't pack into a ball or anything.
Didn't try.
It was, well...
I'm an adult. I don't play with snow anymore.
You know.
I put those childish things behind me.
It sounds like a Bible verse.
I put childish things behind me.
I am a man
such as balls of snow.
Or snow cones. Or other things related to snow.
No one puts snow cones behind.
Get behind me, snow cones.
So the school that she works at was canceled on Friday.
Yep.
And then Martin Luther King Jr. Day was Monday.
Which my employer only half observed. Can we talk about that in a second?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then no school Tuesday, Wednesday, or today, which is Thursday.
Fuck. Tomorrow
is Friday. They've already canceled school.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We're getting a taste on whether she could be a stay-at-home mom. The answer is no.
She can't, yeah.
She can't do it.
Yeah, my wife, too, also oftentimes, I think, has the fantasy of being a stay-at-home mom. And I've had the fantasy of being a stay-at-home dad. But I think for both of us, we would go completely bonkers insane.
I think I could do it.
You're very... Yeah, you could do it.
I could do it.
You're
I've got
balanced.
enough things to fill my time.
Yeah. Oprah.
Yeah. I'd definitely be... Oprah's not on TV anymore.
My reference for stay-at-home parenting is still,
Donahue.
Is 1994.
You know the Jenny Jones show, Donahue.
This new guy, Maury Povich.
He won't last.
If only that were true.
No, I've got hobbies. I've got things to do.
Sure you do.
As long as I have time to go exercise or something, I'm good. That's it. That's all I need.
What if we both could stay home and then we could get together for coffee now and then?
I'm not going to do that.
See, you're a bitch. You're a real bitch. You know that, and all the other moms have been talking.
I'm sure.
No, so my place of work is what you might call a cultural institution.
Sure.
How does this rub you? MLK Day was an administrative holiday.
Okay. Don't know what that means.
That means that all the people that work upstairs didn't have to go to work that day.
Right.
However, we were open. So all the people that work with the public, all the people that work downstairs, as you might say, upstairs, downstairs kind of sitch, had to be at work. Let me ask you about diversity, Nathan. Where do you think we are most diverse as an organization? Upstairs or downstairs? So a lot of Black and Latino and people of color had to go to work on MLK Day, while all the upper crust white folk got to stay home. That's a little fucked.
I don't think the upstairs should have gone home.
Right.
But I get why they're open. Other people aren't working.
I get why we're open too.
They might want to stop by.
Cultural institution.
Things.
So, yeah.
I went and ate lunch.
That's fine.
And I didn't expect the people who were serving me food to be upset about it. Maybe they spit in my food. I don't know.
They might have. Yeah, so I think two solutions, really, to this problem. A, it's not an administrative holiday, and everyone has to be at work. B, we're closed. We're just closed.
That's a bad idea.
Either one of those is acceptable. This then between.
Then they don't make as much money, and they have to start letting people go, and you know who the first one to go is? You.
Maybe that's the case.
Yeah.
I think anyway, I found it a little odd. It was a little odd to me this week. Yeah.
Well, I got it off because it's a bank holiday, and I get bank holidays off. Ha
Whoa!
What I find odd is when certain places, there's a specific school I have in mind in the area.
Yeah.
Don't celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yeah.
But do celebrate Columbus Day.
Oh, that's
weird. That's a weird choice.
Well, first of all, Columbus Day is bullshit. Columbus wasn't the first to find this country. And when he did find it, he kind of ruined it.
Another thing I've learned this year too is I have an issue with MLK Day, the abbreviation.
Oh, okay, fine. That's fine. Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
You're celebrating his dad that way.
His MLK Day. Yeah, that's true. It should be MLK Jr. Day.
Yeah, MLKJ Day.
Yeah, that's a lot. MLKJ Day.
It's really fun to say, MLKJ Day.
So, in what is probably the first of many rants tonight, guess where our commander-in-chief was.
Wait,
on
do you
MLK
mean
Day?
Many rants or
like
mini rants?
Teeny little rants.
Mini like or Manny?
Rant maxi.
Okay, rant.
There's a rant to fit every person's body shape. I'm just saying. You might be a 4, you might be a 5, you might need wings.
I'm a pear-shaped rant.
Aren't you always? My rant's more like an avocado.
I got junk in the trunk.
What are we talking about?
Rants.
On MLK Day.
Yeah.
MLK Jr. Day. MLKJ Day.
MLKJ Day.
Wow. That's... it does have a
really
ring
fun to
it.
say.
It's fun to say. I'll give you that. Donald Trump was at Mar-a-Lago. We can't confirm or deny if he was playing actual golf.
Well, he was doing a service project because it was a day of service.
What's the best place to go other than a white person institution on MLKJ Day? Just saying. No matter any way you slice it, whether he played golf or not, if the aides are shaking in their boots and cannot confirm, he was still at a goddamn golf course.
You know what?
Regardless.
I will give it to him if I find out that in an effort to understand suffering, he at least didn't take a golf cart that day. He walked all 18 holes. I'll give it to him because that's at least a step in the right direction for him. I have a very low bar for him.
Nathan, if Donald Trump walked all 18 holes, Mike Pence would be president because he would die.
That's true.
And that's not much of a better outcome.
Do you think Mike Pence caddies for him?
No.
Because I could totally see Mike Pence him making Mike Pence caddy for him.
I could see that. The
Pence!
making. Yeah. Get over here.
It's golf time.
I don't know enough about
Once
golf.
I finish these 10 Big Macs, we're going to hit the first hole.
Body is made of Big Macs. Oh boy, that's gross. Couple headlines for you. Unexpected defeat in rural Wisconsin. Special election sets off alarm bells for Republicans. Ding, ding, ding.
If the alarm bells weren't already off, that's not going to do it.
Well, he might not be quite our boy status, but our man in Arizona.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Jeff Flake gave a pretty good speech this week.
Yeah, he gave a good speech.
I watched it.
He gave a good
It was a
speech.
good speech. Is it a big surprise, really, that Orange 45 is saying a lot of things that Stalin said, attacking the press in a similar way? No, it's not a surprise. Was it nice to hear a Republican senator say so? Yeah, it was.
But here's the issue.
Yeah, give me the issue.
Flake has done this before.
Yeah, I know.
This is a Jeff Flake move.
Yeah.
He's going to do this. And then the next thing that happens is this whole spending bill that comes up.
Yeah.
He's going to vote for it because why not?
Oh,
Meh.
sure he is. Yeah.
It's the one that Trump likes. He'll vote for it.
Oh, no, I know. I mean, he's going to Bob Corker on us.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah. It's going to be a full switcheroo.
I'm not saying that he's a zebra what's changing his stripes. I am saying it's nice to see somebody step back from the everyday politics and look at the larger picture and say, look, you're fucking this up on every level. You're fucking it up on the micro, you're fucking it up on the individual things you're doing, and you're really fucking it up on the large level. You know what I mean? Some of the great things he said in there, and I wish I had a highlighter that day. Yeah, without truth, a principled fidelity to truth and to shared facts, our democracy will not last. That's pretty good stuff. He quoted this guy, Daniel Patrick Moynihan, who said, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but not to their own facts. Yeah, exactly. There were basically a lot of what he's saying is anytime the American president says something, it reverberates around the world.
Yes.
So when he says, don't trust the facts, and I encourage everyone to go watch. It's about 12, 16 minutes, something like that. Go watch it in its
Or at
entirety.
least find a clip.
Yeah, find a clip. It's not very long, is what I'm saying. And the thing that struck me the most in there is how some of the things that Trump has said and done have sort of empowered less scrupulous, if that's a thing, people around the world to do so in their countries, to have trials and things like this to address the quote unquote fake news problem. You know what I mean?
Well,
so he's empowering these dictators and people around the world.
There have been multiple occasions now where other leaders have said fake news about things, specifically in regards to investigations that CNN International has done. Because guess who has tried to discredit CNN nonstop for no particular reason.
Right.
They don't really dog on him more than anyone else, but CNN, brr.
Exactly. Here's a couple examples of that. In the Philippines, Duterte, who's a complete goddamn psychopath, has complained of being demonized by quote-unquote fake news. Last month, the report continues with our president, quote, laughing by his side, Duterte called reporters, quote, spies. In July, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, contrary, if anyone saw my tweet storm a couple days ago, I don't know if you even saw it on our Twitter account, I've reached a boiling point with the father-in-law with the texts about the state of things in Venezuela. I reached a boiling point, and I just sort of annotated Twitter with the things he's been tweeting me. So Venezuela is very much on my mind. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro complained to a Russian propaganda outlet that the world media had, quote, spread lots of false versions, lots of lies about his country, adding, quote, this is what we call fake news today, isn't it? And maybe the worst one, Nathan. Well, definitely the worst one. A state official in Myanmar recently said, quote, there is no such thing as Rohingya. It is fake news. And of course, that is the people that they are currently putting in camps and persecuting. That's a Buddhist country, by the way, Myanmar. At least they claim to be.
Well, that's
interesting. And the Rohingya are a Muslim people, I believe.
We're going to veer off here.
You going to look at what I said on Twitter?
Yeah. I already got it up.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right.
Who liked each one of these?
That would be my brother-in-law, who also receives these texts.
I'm going to start reading, and we can discuss these one by one here. I think to expose myself outside my echo chamber, I'll just start tweeting the text I get from my father-in-law. Then we can all just see how dodgy it is outside. Text to follow. Good job getting out of the echo chamber.
Thanks.
That's a good thing.
I appreciate that.
It's nice that you got into it with an open mind.
Yeah, right.
First of the father-in-law text, Venezuelan citizens taking back their country from the socialist gone communist pigs.
Yep, that's what he said. This is what I get at like 7 a.m. It's refreshing.
With anything cited or
no, there'll usually be a link to an article, and sometimes they're legit sources, and sometimes they are not.
Well, see, I have an aunt. I'm pretty sure we discussed the whole Women's March fiasco on here. Did we?
In regards to your
with my aunt?
I think so, yeah. I mean, we were at the Women's March.
Well, to rehash things here. I have a lunatic aunt. She'll never listen to this because it's not hosted on something called All America Free and whatever.
She has a Zune.
Yeah. So after the Women's March, one of our friends put up a picture that had us there.
We were at the Women's March.
And she was able to see it because I was tagged in it. So then she started berating our friend, whom she has never met.
Oh, no. Yeah, I
About
remember
things.
this now. I remember this.
That's just an example of the type of person she is.
Gross.
I'd read the sources to you, but she has blocked me on Facebook, so I can't anymore. But it was all sources like The Conservative Daily, which sounds like a newspaper, but it's a website. And really, if you have a website and it's not daily, you have a bad website. Or there, what was one? There was something Freedom. It was like the Something Freedom Press or something. The citing all these sources.
Oh, God.
Those are the sources I have in my head.
That's the similar kind. Well, okay, so he'll occasionally throw one in. Most of them are Fox News, which I'm like, fuck Fox News. And then he'll occasionally throw something in from something that I might trust, like, an NPR or something like that, or something that sounds like a real newspaper but isn't, like you're citing. But they're always very pointed,
Okay, well, here's another example. This is a woman that I'm friends with on Facebook that used to book concerts that my band would play in college.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's a lunatic
Okay.
now. She's turned full loon. Her sources are Daily Wire. Don't...
That was popped up for me.
The Western Journal.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. jpost.com.
That sounds legit.
America News.
Okay.
They really spent no time coming up with a name on that one, did they?
Zippo.
What do people like? America? Well, what do we do?
News.
Mm.
By the way, all of our sources, because I have a subscription, all of our sources are from the WAPO tonight, as you might assume if you're a regular listener.
Yeah,
At least the WAPO is a legit fucking publication, all right?
I'm not saying anything bad about it.
Good, thank you.
It's better than Gazette.com.
I would argue that the WAPO is even better than the New York Times. I like the New York Times, but I see the bias in the New York Times.
I see the bias in both of them.
Well, there's a bit in the WAPO as well, but a little less, I think. Yeah.
It's the New York Times. I don't see in their actual reporting the bias.
Yeah.
But my issue with the New York Times tends to be they are in such a rush to beat everyone to everything.
Right.
That it's just kind of like, here's news. And you go, okay, well, you didn't research any of that, so that's interesting.
Counter to that, I also see the bias in the Wall Street Journal when I've picked one up.
Yeah.
But usually when I pick up the Wall Street Journal, it burns my hands.
Yeah.
So I put it right back down.
Father-in-law text 2. BuzzFeed editor wants full communism now.
Yeah. Full communism now.
Do you have the link to this? Was it BuzzFeed?
It wasn't BuzzFeed.
Was it a BuzzFeed article?
Let me see if I can find it.
Titled, "What level of communist are you?" Which communist leader would you like to be? When did people start? This is a side rant. Taking BuzzFeed seriously as a legit news source.
That was therap.com. I don't know what the rap is.
Tell me it's the rap R-A-P.
W-R-A-P.
No, I want it to be R-A-P.
I know.
I want it to be. I just imagine like a site where all of the news is hosted by like Ice-T.
Yeah. That sounds great, actually.
Like a rapper who's not really popular in the rap world anymore.
Here's this article. BuzzFeed editor, all I want for Christmas is full communism now. Yeah, okay.
Well, I don't even understand the point of the article.
I don't either. This is by someone named John Levine.
Okay, let's say nothing biased is happening here.
Yeah.
And the BuzzFeed editor does want full communism.
Yeah.
It's BuzzFeed. That's not a legit news
No,
source.
it's not. It's not. James Woods got pissed about it for some reason.
James Woods gets pissed about everything. He's a lunatic.
And by the way, she's the science editor for BuzzFeed's UK operation. That's not even like...
Okay, so she's not even like a head editor.
No, she's like a... And who cares? I think it was a joke. Anyway, critics pointed out... This is from this article at The Wrap. Critics pointed out that communism, as practiced by the Soviet Union, China, and North Korea, has led to the deaths of over 100 million people. You think you're maybe overreacting just a tidge. Just a tidge.
Next, the article is BuzzFeed editor wants 100 million? Was it million or thousand?
Yeah.
People dead.
Yeah.
That's what she wants.
Oh, see, here's something. I didn't mean in any way to diminish the many real victims of communism, and my tweet was a bad misinterpretation of the president's declaration. I've deleted it. There you go. Yeah.
No.
Like, what's the issue here?
This is 2018. You're not allowed to say something and then explain what you meant and take it back.
Right.
It's 2018. Whatever you said first is the absolute 100% truth. Apologies don't matter.
Well, I just found out that Kristen Bell is hosting the Screen Actors Guild Awards. So.
Ooh, I want to watch that.
You like Kristen Bell?
She is a delight.
You know who I like? Her character in Frozen. Because I think it's like the same person.
I have watched literally no seconds of Frozen.
Well, let's get back to something else.
I didn't even know she was in Frozen until right this second.
She's Anna.
The
The non-blonde one. Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
The one that's not blonde.
Have you seen her?
Yeah, she's very blonde.
She's the epitome of blonde.
Yeah, she's very
not
blonde.
in an insulty, like, blonde people are stupid way, but like if you hear her, you immediately think bubbly blonde person.
Only blonde men are stupid. Anyway.
Father-in-law text 3. Tragedy struck in Cleveland, Ohio, when a local Salvation Army worker was shot dead while clutching his Bible.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been tragic if it hadn't been for the Bible.
That's what I'm saying.
A horrific crime that unfolded while he was sharing the gospel with the assailant. Sad. But anyone noticing a pattern?
That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, that one struck me weird because it's like, of all the people that get killed in a day, all the people that get killed, there's a lot of people getting tilled.
Well, let's flip the story around.
Yeah.
This guy, take away his Bible.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first, resuscitate him. He's back to life. We have reanimated his corpse.
Yeah.
He is a living human being.
Give him a Quran.
But we take the Bible, we give him the Quran.
Yeah.
He gets shot.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I don't think we're hearing...
How many father-in-law texts you get?
Goose egg. Mm-hmm. The other thing that struck me is, like, why is he being so belligerent about, like, pushing the gospel on dude? Like, maybe dude was having a bad fucking day. Like, chill out, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he deserved it, but...
I just saw the next one, and so...
Okay, that's why
I've
you
lost
chuckled.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. That was I don't want people to get shot. Just saying. Anyway.
No, I'm against it in any context.
In general.
The Bible just doesn't make it worse.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't think he was helping in that moment.
No.
Yeah.
Father-in-law text 4. Do you like oyster stew? I don't. It's disgusting. And I'm allergic.
It's true. I hate oysters. Fuck oysters. Fuck them.
I didn't know oyster stew is a thing people eat.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah, every once in a while he slips one in. That's food. He sent me an entire recipe of how to make eggs with salsa in them. I'm like, I got that shit figured out.
Wait.
You told me what it's called.
Wait,
and
what?
I immediately knew how to make it.
How do you do that?
It turns out it takes about 4 pictures and some instructions to figure it out.
Now, did you read the recipe?
Fuck no.
I just wanted to know if it's, you know how any recipe you find now,
Yeah.
it's written by, for some reason, always a lady. Men don't come up with recipes. With like a 20-paragraph long story at the beginning of the recipe going, my family really loves blah, 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 but blah, 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 and Jeff can't have cholesterol, Jeff. And then it's this whole story about how she came up with this recipe, and you just want to go, I don't care. I just want the recipe. I don't care about the backstory. Why is this happening?
That is the format of every food blog.
It is.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids love pizza, but they hate vegetables. So cauliflower crust. Blah, 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 blah. That's every single one of them. It's infuriating.
By the way, apparently the secret to making salsa eggs is Hernandez salsa,
Okay.
which I'm pretty sure is manufactured by immigrants, which he's opposed to.
Yeah.
So there's no salsa eggs without immigrants. Leave them the fuck alone. Hashtag Dream Act now. Thanks.
My family loves eggs, but they'd gotten tired of the plain old boring eggs I would make.
I thought, what can I put in these? Hernandez salsa.
Father-in-law text 5. Socialist catastrophe in Venezuela. Dun, dun, dun. Followed by a link to an article on Yahoo News.
Right?
The internet's leading source for hard news. All right. I'm gonna do everyone a favor here.
All right.
If we're looking at news hierarchy,
Let's
down
do
at
it.
the bottom,
Yeah.
is everything I just made fun of off of that Facebook feed. That's all tied for the bottom.
Freedom.com, all that bullshit. Yeah.
Next, you have your buzz feeds.
Yeah.
Anything that also hosts a quiz on what Power Ranger you would be, not a hard news source. Ignore them. Next, you got your Yahoos, your MSNs.
Yeah.
Those, not real news. They just kind of throw Associated Press articles up occasionally.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all they do. Then you start getting real news. Anything above that, you can kind of listen to.
Yeah.
You still want to take it with a grain of salt.
As with all news.
But in that realm, it's actual news. Now, in case you were curious, Breitbart down below BuzzFeed.
Oh, way below.
Which is a little bit of a shocker because it's hard to be below BuzzFeed.
Well, Breitbart's in the we're actively making shit up category. Yeah. Yeah.
BuzzFeed doesn't make anything up, but they sensationalize nonsense.
Yeah. There you go. HuffPost is floating somewhere around there too.
HuffPost is above
BuzzFeed. Yeah.
It's probably tied with Yahoo. It's a step below Yahoo.
Yeah, okay.
One step below. All right.
Anyway.
So if you're getting all your news from Yahoo, it's weird.
Yeah.
And it's 2018.
And why
Branch
are you
out.
Exactly. It's like I was thinking today about Google, right?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw Google, the homepage, the search engine. My English teacher in, I think probably 9th grade was like, "Hey, you guys have to write a research paper. Try using this Google thing.
Yeah.
It's better than whatever Hotbot or Ask Jeeves or whatever the fuck you're using right now."
Nothing was better than Ask Jeeves.
I used Ask Jeeves extensively for pornography.
Jeeves!
Ask Jeeves. How can I see girls kissing each... Anyway. 15. We got our first computer.
I think that they should bring Ask Jeeves back, first off.
Yeah.
And if anyone asks Jeeves that, Jeeves should just show up on screen scolding. just wagging his finger.
Now. And let me take you to some legitimate news sites instead. NationalGeographic.com.
Just he pops up and goes, "Have you heard the good news?"
I actually did like Ask Jeeves. Alta Vista would always give you weird shit because it was like based in Europe or something. I think. And so it was like everything you got was Swedish related. So
That was odd.
It was odd, right?
Yeah.
Alta Vista was weird. Yeah.
Good thing Google fixed that.
And now they rule our lives. Now I have a thing upstairs I can say, "Hey Google" to, and it'll be like, "Ding."
Oh, you have one of those things?
Oh yeah, it's a freaky thing to have.
That's a really bad idea.
I didn't want it.
When the NSA comes for you.
I know. And they can't even play our podcast. I'll say, "Hey Google, play the Sushi Jackknife podcast," and it says, "I can only play popular podcasts right now." Fuck you, Google Home.
You're a jerk.
Fuck you.
Father-in-law text 6. I know you're probably getting tired of me sending you articles about Venezuela. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really
figured
was
it out.
hoping the next one was going to be about Venezuela. Father-in-law text 7. This is the final one.
Yeah.
Who is Sean Penn to lecture the president about compassion?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
I believe the answer is Sean Penn.
Yeah, exactly.
Sean Penn is Sean Penn. He lectures everyone about everything. He's got a serious case of the smug.
Anybody can lecture the president about compassion, by
Yeah.
the way.
Oh, that's definitely true.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who would be great at that? Note my hard segue here. Nearly all the members of the National Park Service. You know what they did this week?
I don't.
Their advisory panel, they all resigned in frustration because it took them... They tried for a year to get a meeting with Ryan. Is it Zink?
Oh,
Zinke?
yeah.
That fucking guy? Yeah. They tried for over a year. More than 3/4 of the members of a federally chartered board advisory. This is a volunteer board. They don't get paid for this, by the way. Advising the National Park Service have quit out of frustration that Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke, I'm going to say Zinke just because.
Well, you might as well. It sounds ridiculous, and he doesn't deserve a real name.
Boom, had refused to meet with them or convene a single meeting last year. The resignation of 10 out of 12 of the board members leaves the federal government without a functioning body to designate national historic or national landmarks. It also underscores the extent to which federal advisory bodies have become marginalized under the Trump administration. In May 2017, Zinke suspended all outside committees while his staff reviewed their composition and work. I heard one of the board members on NPR just chuckling his ass off because he was like, look, we tried, and the guy just kept arbitrarily deciding things like to raise the rates to raise the price of getting into a national park across the country.
Yeah.
Just whatevs, you know?
I will say I'm okay with that.
Raising the price?
Yeah. Did you see how much they raised it by? It's not much.
No, it's not. I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
You got to pay things. But you should talk to your advisory committee.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they're there.
That's why they're there.
They're an advisory committee. They're meant to advise.
That means you don't have to listen to them. You just have to.
Yeah, you just listen to
just
them
listen to
speak
them.
for a minute.
Yeah.
Like you let them talk.
Yeah.
You play, I don't
Pong?
doodle jump. What do people play on their
doodle jump?
phones anymore?
I don't fucking know.
You play those games. Do a Sudoku.
Yeah.
In fact, you can actively dismiss what they're saying. Just sit there with a book doing Sudokus and going,
Yep.
9 definitely goes there. And then do whatever you want. And you've at least allowed them to do their job.
That's true. It's true. Steve Bannon has been subpoenaed by the special counsel and House committee to testify on Russian probes. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Okay. I know that this is not even close to why they are subpoenaing him.
Yeah.
And first off, the subpoena is gone because he agreed to testify after the subpoena.
Great. So he's going to testify.
But he's going to have to be under oath.
Sure. It's important.
I want the first question they ask him to just be about bathing habits. Just because I gotta know. He looks like he doesn't shower.
He's got a crust.
Ever.
Yeah, it's true. He's the least shaved person I've ever seen operating in the White House.
He
saying.
looks like a reincarnated bloated corpse.
Hillary Clinton. Never mind. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Who can I make fun of?
Does it need to be a specific gender?
Can't make fun of Condoleezza Rice. No,
don't. Why would you make fun of Condoleezza Rice?
She just popped in my head. That's all. No, can't make fun of Colin Powell.
Why are you trying to make fun of black
can't
people?
Do it. He shaved less than anyone. There you go.
Okay.
I was trying to come. It didn't go anywhere.
Michelle Bachmann?
He's shaved less than Michelle Bachmann.
There we go. That makes sense.
Did we figure out she was a witch or something? Was that the one? No.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she is.
Someone accused her of being a witch or something.
I'm accusing her right now.
Yeah, Steve Bannon's gonna do that. I'm excited to.
Okay, but do you think he'll actually say anything?
I mean, he's a pretty good liar, and he's pretty gifted with language. You have to say.
Keep in mind, the subpoena was pulled out because they already had him in front of their body.
Yeah,
and he cited executive power to not answer things because he was working in the executive branch, which isn't how that works.
Nope.
Unless you were directly speaking to the president at that moment in time, That's not a thing you can cite.
Nope, it is not. It is not. This is from the opinion pages. I will point this out.
Oh, boy.
You usually like the opinion pages. Just saying.
WAPO opinion.
Senators Cotton and Perdue are outed for lying on Trump's behalf. This is the...
Well, that's a fact. That's not an opinion.
Well, right. This is the shithouse versus shithole thing, I believe.
Okay.
I knew we would get there.
So this is the actual excuse I've heard about. Well, first, we should explain what has happened here,
Yeah.
because not everyone watches news. In a meeting about immigration,
Yeah.
President Trump supposedly, we don't have proof, so I'm going to cover my tracks here and say supposedly said that we don't want people from those shithole countries.
Right.
Which caused CNN to say the word shithole repeatedly, unedited, which I found terribly amusing. There is nothing quite like knowing how much Anderson Cooper is enjoying saying shithole. So then the Republicans came back and said, no, he didn't say that. That's stupid. He says shit house. So the defense I heard of that, this is where it hurts my head, is many of these countries he's talking about do not have modern plumbing.
Right.
So he was simply referring to the fact that they would have to venture out to an outhouse to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's what he meant.
Okay. All right. All right.
Go ahead with your article.
No,
it hurts me physically.
This is a great article because this is by Jennifer Rubin, who I think we might have read from before.
Nah, if it's not Burger, I'm not interested.
Yeah, Berger's our guy. I love this. So to recap, the president described a preference for Norwegian, i.e. white immigrants over those from quote-unquote shithole countries, African nations. He gave the Congressional Black Caucus the back of the hand. Quote, at one point, Durbin told the president that members of that caucus, an influential House group, would be more likely to agree to a deal if certain countries were included in the proposed protections, according to people familiar with the meeting. Trump was curt and dismissive, saying he was not making immigration policy to cater to the Congressional Black Caucus and did not particularly care about that bloc's demands, according to people briefed on the meeting. You've got to be joking, one advisor said, describing Trump's reaction. He blew up a possible deal on DACA, on the DACA program, bragged about his actions to friends, and then lied to the press about what he said. 2 U.S. senators lied as well, and then were double-crossed by White House aides. Those would be Cotton and Perdue. Yeah.
I don't know who Perdue is.
Perdue is from Georgia, my proud home state. Not really proud. Republican from Georgia, David Perdue. There's a lot of chicken farms in Georgia, and Perdue is the name you find on them very, very often.
Oh, he does not look like he can be trusted.
Do tell. Why? Why?
Just look at a picture of him.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't look trustworthy. He looks like in any 80s movie where there's a country club.
Yeah.
The one who wants to keep the kids out of the pool.
He's that fucking guy. He is that fucking guy.
He used to work at Reebok.
Oh, gross.
So that's an interesting factoid about him.
That's a thing, yeah.
What I do know is I've seen Tom Cotton on Meet the Press multiple times.
Yeah.
I don't care for him.
To put it mildly. And he is a Republican from Arkansas. I did also read something this week that said that more people have been let go in this administration. Mind you, we're not even quite a year in yet. Can you believe we're about to be a year into this fucking hellstorm?
Hey, 25% down.
That is the first positive thing you've ever said.
Unless he gets reelected.
That's. I hope. I hope to Christ that does not. Anyway. Congress to honor a master Senate dealmaker amid a budget impasse. Who's a master Senate dealmaker you can think of?
I mean, I don't know. I know who they honored this week.
Let me tell you a little story.
Okay.
A couple days before Christmas, 1995. 1995. You were but a wee Nathan.
Mm-hmm. A little 8-year-old Nathan.
Little
just running around. Doing whatever, probably throwing Legos at things.
Mom, have you seen my pogs?
That would be about Pog age.
I really love this song by No Doubt.
That's ridiculous.
Okay,
I've
fine.
never loved a song by No Doubt.
I did in 1995. Then Senate Majority Leader Robert J. Dole.
Bob Dole.
Yeah, I don't know why they call him Robert all of a sudden. Grew fed up with his negotiating partners in Newt Gingrich's House of Representatives and the Clinton White House. He said, quote, "It's time for adult leadership." Using a favorite phrase of his tenure as one of Washington's most prominent figures, Dole emerged as the leader in talks to reopen the federal government amid a budget standoff, pitting the White House Speaker, it's not the White House Speaker, pitting the House Speaker, Gingrich, against President Bill Clinton. That adult leadership will be making a rare appearance Wednesday in the Capitol. President Trump and the bipartisan leadership will award Dole, who is 94 years old.
And he looks every year of it.
With the Congressional Gold Medal. Mm-hmm. And it will serve as a stark contrast to today's partisan toxicity. The whiff of another showdown in the air. With the whiff of another showdown in the air. Bob Dole. You're from Kansas.
Yeah.
How was Bob Dole regarded in Kansas?
I was 8.
So you weren't regarding him at all?
No.
We're wondering where your pogs were.
I do wonder now, after hearing that article, one specific thing. Would he have beaten Bill Clinton in an election if he had gone by Robert Dole?
He really might have. I remember that campaign. Mm-hmm. I do. I have.
That was the first campaign I really remember.
Okay, there you go.
I don't remember Clinton Bush.
I would have been 11 at the time.
But Clinton Dole, I remember. And that was the second coming of good old Ross Perot.
Yes, it was. And that's why I think of SNL when I think of that election.
Yeah.
Because they were all being actively portrayed constantly on SNL.
Oh, yeah.
And who was doing Ross Perot? Was it Dana Carvey?
Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. With the most gigantic ears, because that was Ross. And Ross Perot was all like this.
Ross Perot always has seemed like he's just like an inch away from completely losing it.
That's right.
He's so unhinged all the time.
He's like if you gave Jeff Sessions like a hit of cocaine. That's Ross Perot, and somehow grew his ears out. Like
With
they're
that said,
very similar looking men.
I would watch a reality show where Ross Perot and Jeff Sessions travel the world together.
Hey Jeff, what do you think of that over there?
It's just Jeff Sessions going, "I'm not comfortable. They're not wide enough." Ah!
Don't land. Don't land. Could I have another Ferrero Rocher? For some reason, that's his favorite candy.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Is that the whitest candy? What is the whitest candy? Swedish fish?
He probably just eats 0 bars.
Yeah, which are white on the outside.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
and if he could have the nougat removed from them, he would.
Just a white chocolate cube.
That's what he eats. Almond bark.
That's
just
it. Yeah,
hunks of white almond bark.
Oh boy. Back in late 1995, as he geared up to challenge Clinton, Dole backed the administration's military intervention into Bosnia. a controversial stand given conservative dislike of Clinton for his avoidance of the Vietnam draft. That's right.
Remember how that used to be a thing people
That was
cared
a
about?
big deal.
Bone spurs.
Yeah, that's right. He had bone spurs.
No, our current president had bone spurs. Guess how much people cared about that? Not at all.
Still haven't seen his goddamn taxes. Quote, I know I'll get a few whacks out there, but I've been around here long enough to know that at this point, we shouldn't be so partisan, Dole said. That was 1995.
Okay. Here's how times have changed here.
Yeah.
I will remind you of the Bill Clinton presidency.
Remind me.
We've heard people were upset that he didn't serve in the Vietnam War. The big one, of course, was the Monica Lewinsky thing, where people were less upset about the sexual harassment
Oh, very much.
parts of that, and more with the fact that he had an affair.
Right. Right.
Fast forward to today.
Yeah.
We have the bloated president who avoided the Vietnam War. And this last week, allegations came out about him cheating on Melania
Ugh.
right after Barron was born with a porn star named Stormy Davis.
Gross.
She has said this happened. He paid her money back in the day. It's not even a lead headline at this point because the things he's done are so insane that people hear that and go, yeah, we kind of assumed. All right. Well, good luck with that, Stormy. And then they move on. They move on to debating holes in houses.
That's it. I kind of feel like we should retool the phrase beyond the pale to beyond the orange.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because there's literally nothing he hasn't done.
No, I've tried to be open-minded. I've done my best.
I believe it.
I don't like there are certain things he's gotten trashed for that I don't feel like necessarily he should have been trashed for. They weren't good.
All right.
They're just neutral things, but he got trashed for them. Like for instance, they people were trashing him because he was golfing when there was what was it recently? It was some sort of disaster that happened.
Mudslides?
Maybe that was it. And he finished his golfing. Well, we also don't know if someone said, hey, we've got this under control, just do what you're doing, whatever. So give him the benefit of the doubt on that. With that said, giving him the benefit of the doubt, there's not one thing I can point at that I'm like, well, at least that was a neutral thing he got done.
Right.
Everything he's actually done, you look at and go, no, that's bad in every way for everyone.
Yeah.
No one is benefiting from this idea.
Right. Right.
Why? But it's just going to keep happening.
It's just going to keep happening.
But remember, I'm going to be positive here.
Oh, wow.
End of the year, November this year, midterm elections.
Yeah.
Just flip the Senate.
Yeah.
Just flip the Senate, and then all the nonsense is over.
That's true. In a big way. In a big way.
just please. We need one seat to tie it, 2 for the Democrats to have control.
Yeah.
That's not much.
We can do it. We can do it. They're winning like hell in these special elections.
Yeah. I mean, just 2. Just 2. I mean, and you have to keep what you already have.
Yeah.
Which I think you will.
Right. I think you will.
But 2.
Yeah. I mean, I think honestly, if anything, and I know there are some diehard Trump people out there, but
Why?
I don't think most people are. I mean, it has been a year of horrendousness. And yeah, I think we will. I think we will absolutely see things get a bit bluer. And hopefully restore some balance to the force. You know,
I think what we just have to hope for is Steve Bannon comes in, and they're like, okay, what happened, Steve? And he goes, well, let me tell you, it's crazy. Donald Trump, Mike Pence, and Paul Ryan all met with Russia at one time and gave them the nuclear launch codes?
Yeah.
It was nuts.
And I was all like, guys,
Like, hey, guys, not great. And they're like, shut up, Steve. And I went, okay, sir. That's what we can hope for. And then they're all gone.
that's right. Who is after the
Oh, like the
Speaker
Secretary
of
of
the House?
Agriculture? I don't know.
That's
Let's see who it is.
This is a valid question. We answered this once before, but I've forgotten already. That's pretty far down the list.
Let's see. Presidential succession.
Could be a different person even than.
Vice President, Speaker of the House. Next would be Orrin Hatch.
All right.
Then Rex Tillerson.
Oh boy.
I actually would like Rex Tillerson as president if he had to be, because I feel like everything he did would just be like, I don't care. I didn't sign up for any of this. I hate all of you.
I feel like Rex Tillerson's response to life right now is just, ugh.
His State of the Union address, he would just get up there and go, I think it's fine. I don't know.
Look, I'm going to call them, all of them.
I think it's fine. No further questions. And then he walks off.
As the former CEO of Exxon, I'm just going to give them all free gas for a month.
Man.
It'll all wash out.
Oh man, it gets pretty grim after him though.
Yeah. Do we get to a Rick Perry scenario?
Steve
at any point?
Mnuchin,
Fuck. That's
then
bad.
Jim Mattis,
Okay. Jim Mattis I could deal with.
then Jeff Sessions,
Not good.
Ryan Zinke,
Ah, fuck. Really?
yeah, Sonny
Interior?
Perdue.
Oh, fuck that guy.
So Secretary of Agriculture, by the way, when I said that, I thought I was joking. It's 9th. It's actually
Wow.
top 10.
Okay.
Wilbur Ross,
Who is Secretary of...
Commerce.
right.
Alex Acosta,
I forget that one too.
Secretary of Labor.
Okay.
Secretary of Health and Human Services, Eric Hargan.
Uh-huh.
Okay, 13 I'm kind of down for at this point, just because we might as well. The world doesn't matter anymore. It's pure chaos everywhere. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Ben Carson.
Ah!
Or it
No.
looks like Elaine Chao.
Oh, no.
So
Well, then, if Elaine Chao, then Mitch McConnell is first lady.
that would be fun.
I'd just like to see him in a dress.
I think he could pull it off.
Yeah.
He's got some nice gams.
Nothing wrong with wearing a dress, but Mitch McConnell in a dress?
It's weird being
It's weird.
sexist.
It's not weird,
Like
but it's funny.
sexist, like I would towards a lady
Yeah.
to Mitch McConnell. He's got some nice gams.
He's got some nice gams.
I
boy.
imagine every time he walked into any room, everyone would whistle at him. Secretary of Energy Rick Perry would be 14th.
I don't understand why energy isn't sooner. I mean, they are like...
You would think it would fall ahead of Secretary of Agriculture.
Yeah, you would. Those are the people that are in charge of the nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
The Department of Energy is in charge of that.
You know what number 15 is?
No.
Secretary of Education.
Uh,
Bright side there. If all 14 people in front of Betsy DeVos are gone, they all get kicked out for colluding with Russia.
yeah.
Betsy DeVos finally gets to learn what a president is, how a bill becomes a law. Like, she gets to learn these things. It's great.
Oh, boy.
She has no idea right now. It could be a terrific learning opportunity for her.
I'm sure she would approach it with all of the vigor that we've come to expect. What the hell? She fell off the face of the earth, by the way.
I think that's for the best for all of us.
As do I. As do I.
Oh, boy. So, just 14 people out of the way, and we get Betsy DeVos presidency.
Oh, man. I don't know what I'm more comfortable with out of all of those. There's a lot of bad.
See, that's why I'm voting Ben Carson.
Yeah.
Because after the chaos that we've dealt with, you know how, like, if a football... Well, you don't know. But if a football team fires their coach...
Yeah.
Like, they have a real hard-nosed coach. Typically, the next coach they hire will be, like, one that's buddy-buddy with the players, you know?
Yeah.
Build some team camaraderie. We have a complete raving lunatic as president right now. If we had to pick another one... go the complete opposite. President who you're not sure if he's awake at any given moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the complete opposite. We know Trump is awake at 5 a.m. tweeting. We don't know if Ben Carson has ever actually really been fully awake.
There is hope yet. Sushi jackknife.
Sushi jackknife.
Positive thoughts.